point, I nominate Rebecca. It's personality. Rebecca and we've tried to get along over the last 4 weeks, and it's come to the point now where I'm enjoying spending more of my time with other people, and she takes offence if I don't spend my time with her, and that's my reason for personality.
That's not a valid reason. Saying you prefer one housemate over another is not a valid reason for nomination. Get to the point. Why are you really nominating her?
At times, Rebecca can seem a little overbearing when she wants to play games, and I like that. If I've got downtime after I've done things around the house, she's very full-on and very intense, and sometimes doesn't take no for an answer, and she can take it the wrong way.
Accepted. That is all.
Thank you.
OK, well, he did very well there. Let's now look at the tally board. Now, how many pages is this tally board? 1 page. Emma has 7. Remember, Big Brother gave her one of those points. Rebecca has 5. She's never been up so high. Nick has 4, which is not bad for a first-time entrant there. Susanna on 4. She's never had so many either, but obviously people are getting incensed by her apparent laziness. Jamie is on 1 and Joel is on 1, allegedly for going under the radar. Ooh. 7 housemates have bagged the nomination eel so far now, but 5 more are yet to cross the treacherous diary room waters. All this to come as the dark shadow of the twist hovers above.
This is Big Brother. The bedroom is locked.
I'm going to Luke.
That looked pretty good. She just walked straight into the door.
Silly Willy.
Welcome back to Big Brother's live nominations, where 7 horrified housemates have already lassoed the nomination donkey, and 5 more fretfully await their turn. Next up is Alicia, who last week nominated Zoran for using her scissors, and Thomas for being insensitive about the use of food. Who will hairdresser Alicia take a nomination snip at this week?
Alicia.
Yep.
Big Brother has repeatedly warned housemates their nominations must be free from any influence.
Yep.
Last night you deliberately broke this rule by alluding to who you would nominate. For this, Big Brother is awarding you 1 nomination point.
No worries.
Is this clear?
Yep.
Alicia,
Yes.
who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points tonight, I'm nominating Nick on a personality vote. I find that I get along with him least in the house. I find him to be very demanding and very negative. Example of this is with the demanding part. He had all day to do his chores and then chose to do them as we were cooking tea, and then demanded that we didn't start cooking until he had finished his chore. Being negative is standing in a group and him offering to do something at the same time as someone else, and then you choosing the other person and him taking it as a personal attack and cracking it. He's very hot and cold, and I feel
Be
like...
specific. What are you actually nominating him for?
I'm nominating him because I can't get along with his personality. I find that he's the hardest person to get along in here, and he's very snappy and hot and cold. I feel like I need to tread lightly around him and watch what I need to say in case he cracks it over something that's not even anything bad.
When was he snappy with you?
Like I just said...
No, you didn't.
Yes.
When?
When I just said, as we were standing in a group and he offered to do something at the same time, and I said, yeah, no worries, to the other person, and then he took it as a personal attack. Well, he was just like, oh, fine, fine, fine. And I was like, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. But he just snaps like that. Or you sit down in a chair and he goes, I was sitting there, and cracks it at little things that you didn't mean to do deliberately.
Accepted. Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
For 1 point, I'm nominating Rebecca for going under the radar. I find that she limits herself to conversations that might end in conflict. An example of this is with our family discussions that you're making us do on Wednesdays. We had our first one and everyone brought something to the table. She did mention something about drinks but avoided any other conflict. Then straight after that dinner, I went into the bathroom and she was in there crying, and we had a talk about it, and she brought up issues and issues and issues, and I told her to voice them, but you know, she didn't. And I said, well, we can't know unless she voices them. So I feel like she is avoiding it with groups but quite happy to do it one-on-one.
Accepted. That is all.
Or you sleep heavy.
This is Big Brother, Joel, to the diary room.
Joel.
He said Zoran.
Sound like me. You were in there for a while. Joel. It's only me, Thomas and Nick.
Joel, who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
This week, Big Brother, for 2 points for eviction, I shall nominate Jamie, because this week he has been too serious. That occasion where he said about Australia will see the true thief in stealing the starburst, to me was just too serious, and I think he needs to lighten up.
How has he affected your week?
Well, my week, and the reason why I'm here every week, is to have fun. So when someone's not having fun and trying to be too serious, that feels like I'm not having so much fun.
Accepted. Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
For 1 point for eviction this week, I'm going to nominate Nick, because I've been in 2 conversations with him, one outside and one inside, where he says he's an arrogant and confident guy, but he's afraid to be that guy in this house because he's afraid to leave early. Hence, that to me is being under the radar, Big Brother.
Accepted. That is all.
Thank you.
Okay, last week, dumbbell heaving Thomas nominated Demi for having a public conversation with Andrew and Hayley that he thought should have been a private conversation. And Thomas nominated Hayley for making inflammatory remarks about Bodhi after he'd left the house. So who will our well-toned weightlifter clean and jerk this week?
Thomas.
Big Brother.
Who do you nominate for 2 points for eviction and why?
For 2 points, I nominate Alicia for telling Emma that I was talking about her behind her back. I felt like the conversation I was having was very constructive and in a very positive note, and that Alicia didn't convey that to Emma, and it ended up putting strain on an already tenuous friendship.
Be specific, Thomas. What are you referring to?
I'm referring to the group discussion that we were having with Alicia about how we could all get to know Emma better, and that if we did actually spend some time and put some effort in getting to know Emma better, we'd actually all like her. And then when I spoke to Emma about it, she accused me of backstabbing, and told me that Alicia said that she had informed her that I was talking about her behind her back.
Accepted. Who do you nominate for 1 point for eviction and why?
For 1 point, I nominate Emma for accusing me of backstabbing without confronting me about it first. She just basically took Alicia's word for it and was very negative when I tried to bring up the issue with her. I asked her if we could talk about it, and she said, sure, but not today, and basically just fobbed me off.
You must justify each nomination. Why is this worthy of potentially ending someone's time in the house?
It's worthy because I put an effort into actually trying to get to know Emma better. I reached out the olive branch, per se, because I wanted to actually form a friendship with her in case either of us do go, and I feel like she slapped my hand away.
That is all.
Thank you.
Well, he must be relieved. Remember, Big Brother in the past has given Thomas a total of 2 points for not nominating correctly. But he got through there, so now let's have a look at the tally board. It's 2 pages this time. Emma is the queen on 8. Nick is on 7. Not bad for a first entry. Rebecca on 6. People say she's going under the radar. Susanna 4, essentially being lazy. Alicia 3. One of those is from Big Brother. Jamie now has 3. And we turn over the page, and there's little Joel, who has 1, also accused of going under the radar. Well, we're almost there. Just 2 more nominations to go. And then last night's evictee, Demi, will let one housemate know what she really thought of them when she flexes her mighty twisting power.
Demi, you've been evicted.
I know.
You are to list in order of preference which housemate you would save and which housemate you would nominate for eviction. There's a form on the table next to you.
Yep.
List the housemate you would save first, in position 1, second, and so on.
Yep.
List the housemate you would evict first, in position 1, second, position 2, and so on. You cannot reveal your choice to anyone else.
Yep.